Hey guys, and welcome to our latest cast of Salt.
I feel like we've...
Stop that.
I feel like it's a homecoming. I feel like we've transported back like a year.
We've come home. Guys, we're home.
We're home.
'Cause I'm coming home again.
So for those of you listening, we've come back to our old stomping ground in the industry office. For those of you watching, you can see the nice co behind Roz
Gone through a
and
rebrand.
Ben's head.
A lovely rebrand.
So with you today, we have way to my left, Adam.
Hello.
A little bit more to my left, Roz.
Hello.
And a little too close to my left, Ben.
How you doing?
And Ben's back
What is
being
it
his...
today?
Picture of your pants. It's funky.
Jeans, I guess.
They're not jeans.
They're awesome. I've got like...
They don't feel
most
like
of my
jeans.
wardrobe is them now. They're like the jeans with
elasticy jeans.
They're elastic jeans with like hems, so they're kind of track pants, but they're formal enough that you can wear it on casual Friday and no one asks
I
questions.
wear it regularly.
It's fucking great. I love it.
they
I'm
look
actually
like-
wearing something similar as well.
I'm trying...
They're hella comfortable.
Wearing elastic pants?
Yep.
Hella comfortable.
So many of my pants are elastic now.
To work?
Yes.
hella,
Yes.
hella comfortable.
Hey, just think about all the flexibility.
But
you
because
can
they're
just
black,
be like, "Hi,
people don't
no
know.
one, let me
no
help
one
you today."
questions it.
It's so good.
All the leg movement.
So
See,
good.
that hurts so badly because I'm wearing.
Anywho, we're getting way out of hand here. So, sorry, hosting is me, Ben. Hope you're enjoying this
It's
cast
you?
so far. So thank you for joining us. If you're watching on YouTube, please check out our other content, our Let's Plays, our tourneys, all the random crap that we've done. Please like and subscribe the channel. Share it with anybody that you feel will also enjoy it. The more people that we have watching and enjoying our content, the better it is for everyone.
Alternatively, share it with someone you think will hate it.
That works too.
Because, hatred is much more of a fuel factor than enjoyment.
We're always excited to get troll comments so we can shoot them down.
Any publicity is good
I
publicity.
actually got a few of them recently. Some guy like comments on a video that we did like maybe 6-7 months ago, and he's like, "These guys are gay," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, trying to wind this guy up."
Anywho, to finish the intro, sorry.
Fuck, it's
If
fun.
you're listening on the likes of SoundCloud or iTunes and the such, leave comments, leave reviews. Just let us know. Give us any feedback that you'd like. If there's anything you want us to talk about, anything you want us to play, let us know. And please feel free to jump onto our Discord as well. We have a lot of crap going on there. We have a lot of memes. We have a lot of D&D. We just everything. All things geeky.
I just started up a PUBG group, so
There is indeed also a PUBG group if
You
you're into
and
that.
your three
kind of
Yeah,
friends.
welcome to 6 months ago, Adam.
that's new.
You're
That's new to me.
late to the party, a bit late to the party there.
I'm having fun. I'm getting I'm not getting chicken dinners yet, but I'm getting close.
Fantastic.
See, am I the only one that just doesn't understand the appeal of PUBG?
Yeah. Yep. Pretty much.
I'm yet to play it, but I kind of see the appeal to it a
Yeah,
little bit.
I don't
But
really...
also like I see the appeal to Fortnite in the same kind of vein.
I think it's a very compelling game type, but personally I can't play it for long periods of time because I get too angry.
Yeah, fair enough. Anywho, let's get into the swing of things.
Bullshit! You couldn't even see me halfway across the map. What the fuck?
Flips table. Adam, how's your week's been?
Yeah, good. I haven't been. Cause I remember I wasn't on the last podcast, so
It has been a while.
yeah. I remember the last one I was on. I was recommended so heavily to watch Altered Carbon.
Yes.
I've not finished it yet, but I'm most of the way through it.
And
it's very
thoughts?
good. It is very good.
Good
You're
man.
correct. It's very good.
I've been turned off Altered Carbon because everyone and their fuckboy is like, "Hey Ben, you know what you would love? It's got tits
It does have tits.
and like,
does.
It's not a lie.
cyberpunk
Yeah.
dystopia stuff. It's right up your alley." And I'm like, the fact that legitimately 7 people today have recommended this show to me makes me not want to watch
I
it.
saw the ads and I immediately thought, this is fucking Ben's wet dream.
You
This is
are
like
a
immediately-
gigantic hipster. You know that?
It is a very good show.
I don't like being stereotyped and profiled.
I don't like people telling me what I like.
I don't like people accurately assuming what I would like.
I don't like people taking into account my personality and prior preferences and trying to recommend me a show that I would really enjoy.
Pretty much, yes.
Stop knowing me, damn it.
But,
How dare you know things about me?
God.
Wow.
So I've been watching Downton Abbey lately.
Oh, God.
Boy, oh boy. Last thing as well was Black Panther saw it last night.
Wait, you only saw it last night?
Yeah. It's one of those things that I was
Jesus, even I saw it before you.
Oh yeah, like I don't really get to go to the movies that often, just because just busy, just it's hard for me to be like, I'm gonna put aside some time. I should rather sit on the couch and watch Netflix,
I've been
basically.
legitimately just waiting for you to watch it so we can talk about it.
We'll talk about it after. I keep
fanboy the crap out of it.
It's very good. It's very
Eleanor,
good.
Eleanor watched it last night.
Yep.
And I was like, call me. We need to talk about this.
We're done. We're done.
Okay. So like the credits were rolling and she texted me to be like, the movie just finished. Oh my God. I was like, the second you get out of that cinema, call me. We are talking about this shit right now.
A lot of the hype that the movie gets is 100% deserved. There are some things that I didn't like that I did tell you about as well. Basically, I am getting the unfortunate feeling that Marvel is drifting into way too much CG territory.
Yeah.
And it's and it's starting to remind me of some of the worst fights in DC movies. And I'm like, oh. But the thing is, there was some really cool non-CG bits and like just choreographed action scenes in Black Panther. And it just made me feel like there was some Marvel executive be like, you've got to make them fight. And like, it has to be this. At some point, it has to be a big spectacle. And I was like, the best fight scenes, the best bits of that movie were choreographed and CG aided, of course,
obviously.
but not 100% CG. Like it was kind of like, there were a couple of moments for me that I was like, that kind of took me out of it a little bit.
See, there's a one-word summary for this, which those who have watched the film will understand. Mildly spoilery, but rhinos.
Yeah. No, but I enjoyed that.
Oh, yeah. No, that was fine. I was okay with rhinos.
They were a total... I was like, what? Ew.
I loved it. I loved it.
Well, no, I like the impact on the scene, but the actual animation...
I haven't seen it.
I thought it was fine.
Okay.
That's fair.
Basically, I think...
Wave to me when it's okay to listen.
But to be honest, though, it sounds like I'm kind of ragging on a little bit. That is like 1%. It's a 99% movie.
It's like a fraction.
You know, what am I bothering? I can still hear you through that. No, it's fucking awesome.
Adam,
all
you
I'll
can
say.
hear him when he's in an underground bunker.
I keep thinking we've got to do some kind of extra podcast at some point.
Extra podcast just to review movies.
It's just like spoilers and movies and anything that we're like, okay, we're going to do something.
It's like, Ruz, get out. We're talking about the whole movie right now.
So break the shit down.
We're going to have the spoiler chart. Ben's going to get the Marvel timeline whiteboard out again.
Then I
it's like, at first, we have to talk about timelines.
So, alternate universe.
All right, no. We're getting too carried away. Let's carry on.
Yes.
Ruz, anything?
No, I don't
highlighty
have much of an update. My work's eating all my time, so I basically just had time for Hearthstone and World of Warcraft.
How sucky is Hearthstone at the moment?
It's not great. The meta is a bit stale.
Wait. So the meta is just how people are playing
in ranked. Yeah.
Okay, so why do you have to play to the meta? Can you?
If you want to win, yeah, you do.
Okay.
So if you want to do one competitive, then
you have no real choice.
Which, as you know, is the way that I approach Hearthstone.
Yeah.
So here's why Hearthstone sucks at the. Okay, so seeing as we're on this topic, we might as well talk about it for a little bit. Here's why Hearthstone sucks at the moment.
Yes.
The game has 9 classes.
Yes.
The meta has 3 classes.
Right. So it limits your options.
Yes, it limits your options. I am sick of playing against paladin decks that just vomit their hand onto the board. I am sick of playing against warlocks with their 50,000 board clears and broken mechanics. I'm sick of playing against priests that cheat out minions onto the board or just play the biggest card in their hand every turn on curve.
Is this generally...
Big priest pretty fun though.
Is this generally the case with the metas? Like, it always restricts it down to a handful of classes?
There have been much more healthy metas. I don't think there's ever been a meta where every single class was viable, but there's been ones where 8 are viable.
I find that interesting because even the likes of Overwatch, season by season, you see a different meta of this character makes sense and this character doesn't make sense. Like, how does that change season by season? Or like,
because they
updates,
patches, they adjust power levels, they introduce more maps or change the mechanics slightly so that they different things are favored.
I do kind of like that, but at the same time,
in Hearthstone's case, they release new cards, which generally set the tone for the next round, and sometimes they change old cards, like they did recently, which is what led to the current meta.
Okay. Anyway, let's not get too carried away.
In order to try and make the meta better, in this case, in my opinion, they actually made it worse.
They made it worse?
Yeah.
They shifted this.
Yeah.
Any input on that, Ben?
He disagrees with me because he really hated playing.
I disagree.
Playing against Krizakis Priest.
Yeah, so they like shat on the best deck, basically. Is the short answer.
Which was a Priest deck. It was a very inconsistent deck because its core mechanic required you to only have one card, only one of each card in your deck. So you would intentionally tank your deck's consistency in order to have access to some really powerful effects.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So with Hearthstone, I played the first month of this current expansion, and I'm like, I'm good. I'm out. I see where this is going.
and I don't like it.
No part.
None of it.
So I've been waiting ever so patiently for the next expansion.
So while you've been waiting, have you been doing anything else?
Okay, so I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter.
Yes.
Like a lot.
Understandably.
But I've actually stopped 2 weeks ago because I have successfully managed to kill everything. And
you just see Ben's character in an empty world.
and it's just like... And
Okay.
I've crafted...
Tumbleweed.
There's nothing left to do here. And no, he kills the tumbleweed as well.
And I've crafted 98% of the weapon that I use. So I'm just like...
Ben disappeared for 2 weeks and essentially...
Perfected the game.
You played that like a hardcore MMO player
Yeah.
for 2 weeks.
And I'm just waiting for the DLC to come out so I can go murder some new things.
He's waiting for the expansion packs.
So you don't talk shit to me about playing WoW ever again.
See, and that's the thing. You know why I don't play MMOs?
Yeah.
Because I have a fucking addictive personality. And you know what would happen if you say, hey, Ben, there's 9 classes and you got to get them all to level 100. You'd be,
done.
Bye.
See you
Never
later.
see you again. Bye.
So I've been reaching out into the indie scene. There was a recent Korean roguelike, which was quite fun, called Dun Greed, which it was a twin stick shooter type thing, but a platformer. So that was pretty fun. Up until about the 5th act, where instead of having semi-medieval weaponry and like flintlock stuff, I unlocked a carbine. And I was like, okay, so this completely changes the game because...
So like a modern rifle.
Yeah. Why would I ever be in like close range combat with someone where I can get hurt when I can be over there and shooting you?
Yeah.
So it's like if you dropped like a Call of Duty Modern Warfare kitted player into a Battlefield 1 map.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I haven't got around to finish. Like I'm one boss away from finishing that, and I'm like, yeah. After you introduce modern weaponry, I kind of.
It loses its appeal. That's happened a few times.
I can't believe there was a Korean game that that people play that isn't like StarCraft.
Korea has other games.
Okay, so it's actually really beautiful pixel art, really good music. Mechanically, it's solid and fun up until that point.
Cool.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it.
Cool.
And then Into the Breach came out.
And then that's been your life.
If you guys don't know, Into the Breach is like a micro turn-based role-playing game.
I'm very sure we'll be playing it on the channel.
I'm very sure you're terrible at it because I've seen you play tactical games.
I'm great at it, actually.
Bullshit.
I'm great at tactical games.
Wow.
I'm good at I'm good at like a Fire Emblem, and I'm good at XCOM as well. So
Yep.
yeah.
All right. I guess
I believe you.
I guess we need to.
Does it
We need
have
to
a
prove
PvP mode?
this needs to happen. Okay.
So that's been
You
great.
good?
And then onto hilarious circumstances in the past 2 days for Ben. I was looking up parts for one of my TVs the other day, and in searching for that, I found some Spanish Sonic fan fiction. I don't know how that happened.
How does this connect?
I'm legitimately...
I'm looking for a TV. Oops! Sonic's fan fiction.
Also,
I went into the weird part of the internet.
Why is this relevant?
I don't like. I was trying to find a manual or a remote, and it came up with like, and I was just like, but how?
And he's like, and it's in Spanish, so I don't even know how bad it is.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm gonna find it later and translate it for you guys so you can truly appreciate
please
it.
don't.
Good.
Why do we need that in our
I don't
lives?
need a fucking Babelfish edition of like Sonic fan fiction.
I feel like that would be a great section of the podcast where we read mistranslated fan fiction.
God.
And now a reading.
From me, just 2 things. One, completely unrelated to anything we've ever talked about on a gaming channel. So I've been trying out F45 for the last week.
Oh yeah, one of my friends is super into that.
It is fun.
Oh,
It
is
is
it good?
intense, but it is fun. Like I've been going every morning. Like
What
this
type of
whole week.
rifle is that?
the best kind of variety. So I've been going every morning, like before work, like first thing in the
He's
morning.
not having firearms, but he's getting his guns ready.
I was waiting for one of you guys to make that joke.
That was the setup
yeah.
and everything. No.
No, it
continue,
is a lot of
It
fun.
does
Like
look a lot
I
of fun.
genuinely enjoy it, but it is expensive.
It's
as
like, I was like,
balls.
oh, cool, I'm keen to do F45. So I was like, oh, you should come do it at the, because he does it on Hunter Street.
Yeah.
Like, so it's right near where we're filming this and right next to my workplace.
Yeah.
It's like an F45 gym. And he's like, just come do it with me. And I was like, okay, cool. How much? And he told me, and I'm like,
It's like,
nah, sorry.
because right now I'm doing a 2-week trial. It's like $14 for 14
Y'all
days
gonna
kind of
explain
thing.
what the fuck F45
It's
is?
a functional 45-minute training, like just
Yes,
gymming.
45-minute gym. It's like CrossFit. So yeah, it's
So-
like competitive body weight. It's very high intensity fitness. Very high intensity. I'm probably not fit enough to do it actually at the moment.
Anyway,
Yeah.
for this 2 weeks, I'm like, it's a trial. And then after that, I'm just like, as much as I'm loving this, I don't know if I'm
can't.
going to be throwing down like $90 a week or whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. It's
Jesus
fucking,
Christ.
You can get like, generally it's like a month's subscription at a gym for like
Well,
a week for
I was like $90 a week.
insane.
You can
insane. Yeah. It's
like
really
if you're doing a martial arts, that like covers so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
when I was doing kickboxing, it was like $300 for 3 months or something.
Yeah,
like, that.
like Jesus
I just
Christ.
started-
And you had
I
the
just-
gym,
I
you had
just-
the gym, you had the martial arts, you had everything.
I just started rock climbing and it's got a gym included that I can use.
yeah.
And I bought a 10-week pass. Like 10 visit pass effectively.
Yeah.
So I'm going once a week. And it
All right,
was
I gotta get in on that shit.
$270, I think. And
So it's
and-
$27 times the visit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Which is like,
F45, get your shit together.
Wait,
Damn.
wait, rock climbing?
yeah. I told you about this.
He has told us about this several
I've told
times.
you
Yeah.
multiple times. Yeah. Multiple
Anywho,
times.
and the other
Yeah.
thing that
More
I've been
than welcome to
doing
come.
that I've kind of gotten into is, have any of you ever watched Sense8? I mean, like it's like 5 years old or whatever. I started watching that.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I watched the first episode like ages ago, and I was just like, eh. But I've watched like the four more episodes past that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I kind of
Well,
like the concept.
I like the concept, but the reason
I'm actually waiting for something to happen. Not.
okay. So this is what got
It's
me.
been 6 episodes
This is my
of
thing.
nothing,
I watched 2 seasons and it
and still
doesn't
nothing's-
really
like,
kick
there's
out
no
of that
story
gear.
to it.
I
Okay.
mean, there
individual-
is a story, but the thing is, it just seems like, and I think that was the way the Wachowskis have kind of envisioned it and written it.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like spaghetti strands everywhere,
Yeah.
and I'm like, personally, for me to enjoy it, I need more of a coherent plotline.
Exactly right.
Because it's not coherent.
So right now
And
it's
that's
just
part of the
this
charm, but
person's
it's
doing this
not
thing,
coherent.
this person's doing this thing, this person's doing this thing, and for whatever reason they connect, and for whatever reason they connect. But I'm just like, okay, I'm waiting for a reason for all of them connecting, and then for all of them to do something.
and there's an
But
ominous
the-
bad guy presence.
Yeah.
But
they never.
it literally through 2 seasons, I'm like, they really haven't explained what the fuck is going on.
Yeah. Okay. So that's been my biggest gripe right now, and I feel like
And
you're
I-
telling me
and
that
he's
it's not
just
going to get any better.
He's just ruined it for you, and he's like,
keep
it doesn't
watching
get
it. No,
better.
keep watching it because
Yeah,
it's
'cause
a
sucks,
well
but keep watching.
It's a well done show.
Yeah.
But it wasn't my thing because Leah loves it. Leah
Yeah.
absolutely loved it, and I was just like, I can't do this anymore. Like I was just burned out. I was like, I can't keep watching, hoping that something will
will happen.
explain what the fuck is happening.
All set up and no payoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like there's a lot of setup.
No wonder
Well, the thing
Leah
is,
likes it.
the payoff is going to
what
be
she's used to.
amazing. Yeah. Payoff is, when the payoff happens in season 3, it'll be great. But the season got cancelled. I know.
Oh goddamn. Okay, we have
Power through
rambled
that
the
shit.
shit out of the first 20
let's get
minutes.
us back on topic.
First thing
Right,
on
video
our
games.
agenda.
Video
First
games.
thing on our agenda, Nintendo Direct.
Yep, let's go.
Praise the sun.
I have only seen one thing that came out of that, and that was Smash Brothers.
That's all I gave a shit
and
about.
My
Alright, so-
God, am I excited!
All right,
Yeah.
so let's talk about Smash Brothers. So this is a new version, right?
Yes.
We don't know.
I'm gonna assume it's a new Smash Brothers.
I'm going to put money down that it's going to be Smash 4 DX. I think it's going to be a remaster of the Smash 4.
I hope not, because every
With
console
new
has been
characters.
a new.
That will mean that it'd come out sooner though.
Yes, it would.
that's
Okay,
true.
then.
So they say it's coming out this year. There was 2018 on the fucking release thing.
Yeah, I
And
reckon
you go
it's
to-
not a new one.
You go to the website and it says Super Smash Brothers bracket title pending. in the header.
To be fair,
So that could potentially be a new one.
But it could also be 4DX. They could just be like,
The trailer,
yeah, it's DX.
the trailer had Breath of the Wild Link in it.
Yeah, no, but they could be either
But
way. They're
that's
adding
a deal,
more
like, more characters and whatnot.
It could be like, hey, we've added these extra 5 characters or 10 characters on top of Smash 4, which I'd be totally fine with.
Yeah,
I'm totally fucking
and that's
fine
exactly
with that.
my point. To
I'd
be fair,
fine with it.
Like,
I don't care.
I do not give a shit about that game's wider ecosystem except from the brawling with friends kind of thing.
I want
like,
it on Switch. That's all I fucking want is a Smash game on
every
Switch.
Smash
I
game,
don't
there's
care.
a single player story mode.
That's actually pretty fun.
No,
I play it.
I've
I
played
do
through
play
every
it.
one of them.
What was the
but
version
after
that had
I'm just
the-
like, I'm done with this.
What
I'm
was the
just
version that
playing
had the
against you
epic
guys.
story? That was Brawl, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Brawl
Yeah.
Subspace Emissary is like...
That was good. That was good. But
Shane-
Smash for DS, I mean, story like single player mode, garbage.
Well, just arcade.
No, I
it's
don't
like
like-
the original. It's literally like Smash 1.
Yeah, so like
Didn't dig
for
it.
me, that arcadey aspect of things of going,
fine.
there's 4 of us, let's play Smash and the story. That's
fine.
all I care
That's-
about.
yeah.
And because of that, I am totally happy for a remaster
Yeah.
rather
Do
than
you-
a new
getting
game.
out
Do you have a
fucking
Switch? Do you have a Switch?
Not yet.
Would you have a Switch for
I'm
that?
gonna get one, but like,
I think
I made a promise.
I think my
I
think-
have it in
yeah.
like recording that, you know, if I got my hands on Secret of Mana Trilogy on any console, I would buy that
I
console.
said if I could get a SD3 on Switch, I would absolutely get it. He
Well,
got
you
me.
got trapped
He got me.
then.
yeah, I'm like,
He
this
got
is
you.
This is
activated
not a
my-
bad trap.
I'm fine. I'm
Totally
fucking fine
okay
with
with
this.
this.
See-
I'm gonna get Breath of the Wild. I'm gonna get like
Gears
Smash
Smash.
Brothers. I'm happy.
I honestly think that this could be Nintendo's planned second wave because I feel like the momentum's died off a little bit for Switch.
Yeah.
Just because they haven't had any really big release titles in Western markets being like fucking new huge IP.
Yeah.
Like, rather, this is the second wave of their old school IP. The new version. Because,
Yeah.
you know, Metroid's going to be coming, and now Smash is announced, and now they're getting, and Pokemon, a new main series Pokemon game.
which hopefully will be a reboot.
No, I hope it's a new game.
No,
Oh.
I hope it's...
Oh, you mean like a from scratch reboot?
Yeah,
Like mechanic, like
Okay,
new
yeah,
mechanics
reboot
and
as
everything.
I don't mean like
Not
a
a
Fire
remake
Red.
or-
I mean as a...
a new game
As-
altogether.
you mean as in
like
as-
throwing out the formula of go beat these gym leaders, go
No,
get Elite
but
Four.
I want it to be a Pokemon main series game, though.
Yeah,
I
it will be.
But I don't want it to be like, oh, we're going to do like, go Final Fantasy route and make it like active battle time or some shit. No. I still want turn-based. I still want Pokemon. If you can give me...
Do you though?
Yeah.
Do you
Yes.
though?
Do you though?
Yes.
Are you sure? I mean, we've had
I don't know how many times I can say yes.
We have seven.
Yes.
We've had 7 generations of what's essentially the exact same fucking battle system.
So you see,
I'm fine with that.
So
because
for
when
me-
Final Fantasy went away from that, because Final Fantasy did that for ages, and then they went active battle time, which was great, and then they went to whatever fuck they did in 13, which is just a mishmash of bullshit. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
have you played 13? I haven't played 13.
They
Have you
tried-
played 13.
I'm allergic to Final Fantasies that
So,
aren't on
like,
16-bit
for me,
consoles.
love the
Yeah.
Pokemon battle system, hate the story. I
Yeah,
can no
make the
longer
story
stand
better.
the story.
The story's fine.
Like,
Wipe
I am
that shit
so
out.
sick
All good.
of the repetitive. This is you. This is your main rival. These are the gyms.
Here's
this is the
mom. She
region.
doesn't have a partner.
But the thing is, they've tried,
They're totally banging
making
with the
Pokemon
scientists.
games that are like not. They're
Well,
like
the thing
some
is-
kind of battle mechanic that isn't that it's like a
on the
does it puzzle like dungeon question and
Well,
that
there-
shit. That's different
Yeah,
pace.
there was one that tried to do the battle a bit different, where
but there's like
on the boxy one.
Use your words.
What's the box?
GameCube.
And you're
GameCube.
talking
You
about...
nearly called it a Dreamcast there, didn't
I
you?
just said I was gonna say Dreamcast. I was like, no, that's not right.
You're
on
talking
the
about
GameCube.
Pokemon XD Weed Smiley Face Scales of Darkness.
Yes,
calling it that.
where like you're rescuing the Pokemon from.
No, you're talking about Pokemon Ranger.
No, not definitely not Ranger. Anyway, let's not get into that. But basically, they try to do a different mechanic. They shit all over that.
well, there was a
you-
No.
there was a brawler game as well for
Ranger
DS.
one.
It's fucking trash.
Don't talk about that game.
It's bad. Yeah, that's why when you go, maybe we should change the battle mechanics. I'm like, fuck no. It works. Leave it. Just make the storyline more engaging. I'll buy it. Shut the fuck up. Leave the battle mechanic
my
as it
Pokemon
is.
alone.
You've tried to change it before and it fucking failed. Don't change it.
Okay, well,
Change it.
while we're on the topic of what we're hoping for, I'm hoping
Like
for...
I just said, a reboot, man. Not a throw everything out. Just like bring it back to Gen 1.
Oh yeah.
No,
But better story.
Turn-based.
I want more.
I still want turn-based.
Turn-based battle.
Keep it
the battle
turn-based.
system the same.
For fuck's sake.
I
Do
would,
something
I would
different
like
with the story.
I would like the setting of the next game, wherever it be, to be less obviously trying to mimic a specific place in the world.
Yeah.
That will not happen.
That's what
I'm pretty sure the next one has been lots of rumors being thrown around that it's going to be Spain.
But
Welcome to Spain.
Because it's I got so sick of
that
everyone in Sun Moon beating you over the head with this game's set in Hawaii.
Yeah.
That's where it is.
See, I
glad I
really
didn't play that
like
game.
the.
I was so glad I didn't play that
I really
game.
like the French one. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but they weren't exactly subtle about that either. They were like,
This is a
they were
fucking Eiffel
that's
Tower,
Like, here's the
deal with
fucking
it.
Eiffel Tower, baguette, croissant, coffee house.
You can buy a beret.
See, exactly. Perfect game for me. So bringing this back full circle, Smash has been announced. We're all hype. And ultimately, whether it's Smash DX
Yeah.
or Smash 5,
We're
which we're going to
play
call,
the crap out of it.
we're going to call 5 Mash for now.
Five
Mash.
That's
Who gives a shit? It's great.
Yeah.
Either way, I don't
We
care.
are
Either way,
keen.
it's fucking awesome.
We are keen for
It's
it.
great.
We should care though. We shouldn't
Why?
be
Why?
just such blind fanboys that we're going to buy it regardless of what it is.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
No,
For
I-
example, did you get it for your Wii U?
No, actually.
No. See, you're a trash person who's only ever played Smash 4 on the 3DS. Let me tell you, on the Wii U, it's much better, but it's
on
not the same.
On 3DS, that was probably their best release.
Yeah.
In my opinion, was the best release they ever put on 3DS.
And it was so gawky to play on like a high level.
The worst was
yeah, but you're not playing on a high level. You're playing with friends.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is going to go, I'm going to go into a tournament and bring my 3DS?
And the,
I'm
the,
sure
the
someone
worst
has.
was like
People
playing
did.
4-player and it just going freeze. No, freeze.
I'm sorry,
It's
you're
like, it
playing
just could
4-player in the food
could
court,
not
and the
capably
amount of
handle it.
transmission.
It was fine.
Yeah, but that
did happen.
We
That
got
did
through
happen.
it. Like, we
But
still
it was
played.
fine though.
It was still fun.
We were still able to play playable matches.
It's like, I'm going to do an up smash and I'm going to go get a drink. And when I come back, I'll see if it's landed.
It was still absolutely fun. As much as we're bitching about it, we played the crap out of it anyway.
So, moving on, Mario Aces. Did anyone watch the trailer for that?
I did watch the trailer for that.
I was the champion of Africa. Just want to put that out there.
Get the fuck out.
Continue.
All right?
Mario Aces
being my
looked
shog.
fucking amazing for a tennis game.
With Link, I could kick you. Anyway.
Fuck no. You can't touch
Guys, move
Did
on.
you guys bring your 3DSs? We're going to throw
No.
down right
No
fucking
one has a 3DS anymore.
That's what I want on
I
Switch.
legitimately have not touched the 3DS
No,
in like
I haven't
2
either.
years.
I haven't
It's
either.
sitting on my
It's
desk.
collecting
I played
dust.
Sun and Moon and was like, I'm done now. This can go away.
It has
You know?
Super Mystery Dungeon in it, and I'm like, one day I'll play. Oh, look, the Switch.
Oh, look, something better.
So, Mario Tennis, new Mario Tennis, looks good. Looks like
Yeah.
it's going to be a great multiplayer game.
I've never gotten into Mario Tennis. I've always
Neither.
enjoyed tennis games, to be fair. Like, I even enjoyed the Wii,
Yeah.
Wii Sports Tennis.
Ironically,
But
I
I
agree with
genuinely
you.
enjoy tennis games. I've never played a single.
The whole break
never
your
really
racket
played-
mechanic looks like it's going to be absolutely fucking
Break your-
rage-inducing.
Wait, explain.
Wait, your racket has a HP bar, and if you fail to block a power shot correctly, it takes
break.
1 damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's got 3 hits.
3 of them.
That
okay.
that mechanic on its own makes me think that game's going to be fucking rage-inducing.
So what you're saying, that mechanic on its own means we should play it with you. And we'll actually give you a Joy-Con with a wrist strap.
I will throw the entire Switch across the room. I will take it out of its dock and
It's got the right weight. We can frisbee it.
frisbee that shit.
See, I remember the tennis game for Mario on the Game Boy being really good. It's like a single-player content thing. It was like a tennis
I
RPG.
may have played that, actually.
on
Yeah,
the,
like,
on
you
the
remember-
what talked about.
Yeah.
So it's it's pretty dope. I'm looking forward to that. It
Yeah,
looks,
no, it'll probably be okay. I don't know if I'm
I-
super hyped about
well,
it.
basically, it looks like a fun party game. Ooh,
This is true. Like, it has been a while. Like,
Smash is better.
Smash is better.
I am keen for a fun party game.
Dude, we started at like
Mario, Smash is better. Mario Kart is probably better.
we started
on
at
party
the
game.
best,
Nothing
and
beats
we got to
Mario
like work down.
So
Yeah.
there's some actually really interesting games that I think that's in this list. I'm just looking at like a condensed list
Breakdown.
of everything
Yep.
and with the dates. That in April we're actually getting Fractured But Whole.
yeah,
Nice.
I
We'll
think
get
that's a really, again, I think that's good that they're opening up and being like, listen, we're not going to be like, we're not going to be a high-end platform. We're not going up against Microsoft. We're not going up against Sony. But we're not going to be like kids games only. they'll put South Park on there. They'll
See,
put Dark Souls on
They
there.
already put Doom on there.
No, exactly. No, it's just good that this trend is
And
continuing.
Wolfenstein's coming, if
But
I
the thing
remember.
is, violence is one thing. They haven't done Crass yet. This is like
This is crass.
yeah.
So how long
Intro
until
That game is also fucking amazing.
So how
as
long
well.
until Dead and Alive comes out? Dead or
Oh
Alive?
my god, yes.
Also, the Naruto Ultimate Storm trilogy is coming out in April as well. So the
Ultimate Ninja,
Ninja
Storm, Shippuden.
yeah,
Shippuden.
yeah.
Good old
There's
Naruto.
some other good ones. Hyrule Warriors. I personally didn't like Hyrule Warriors.
Speaking to your mic, Adam.
Sorry. So Hyrule Warriors,
My
like
mic is
I didn't
erect
like
right
that
now.
much at all.
But
But
why? It's like the best Dynasty Warriors game ever made.
it's actually, in my opinion, was one of the worst ones. But
Okay, have you finished Fire Emblem Heroes yet?
I've done the storyline and most of the end, like
And
50
you
to
call
60%.
that better than
It
the
is.
Zelda?
It's way
You're
better.
Fucking wrong.
No, it's way better. It's way better.
No.
Yeah, they blend. It's a better blend. A Dynasty Warriors game is actually better than the blends.
Okay,
He needs to
anyone-
actually show me how to play Dynasty Warriors 8 at some point.
anyone watching or listening, please weigh in on this on this heated
Please.
argument.
Please weigh in and tell Adam he's wrong.
Okay.
Also, Crash is coming out in July.
Okay, so that's kind of a big deal, because isn't this the first time a Crash game has ever been
No.
released on a platform that's not PlayStation?
No, there was
Really?
a Crash Bandicoot Game Boy Advance game.
Does that count?
yeah,
Yeah.
I guess
of,
that
yeah,
was to
yeah,
Nintendo.
okay.
Well,
It's not a main. The thing is, though, this is a main series title.
Yeah.
These are the main titles.
There's also Crash Bandicoot for the Xbox at one point,
What
if
do
I
you
remember
think-
correctly.
What do you think Ryan would think about that? Would Ryan care? Like,
Right.
Crashes is like,
his-
or at least
Well,
Crash-
Ryan's like, I got
Crash thing.
PlayStation, I'm fine. But he can play it on PC now.
Right.
So-
Ryan also prefers the original releases to Insane Trilogy.
I'm definitely
So-
getting it because not only for Switch, it's also coming out at the same time for Xbox One and PC as well.
Yeah, I don't know
So-
about that.
I'm gonna absolutely get it for on Xbox because fucking them achievements.
So
Portability,
would you
bitch.
count, would you
Achievements.
count
Crash as a PlayStation mascot?
Yes.
I thought he was.
Originally,
I really thought
he
he
was.
He was originally for PlayStation 1, absolutely.
And then
So has any other mascots jumped?
Sonic, yes.
Sonic,
platform.
Sonic.
But that's different. That's different though because
Sega's no
their
longer a
platform
thing.
is dead. Yeah, their platform is dead.
Sega is no longer a thing. I'm sorry. He's
And the
welcome
thing
to
is,
jump ship.
he never had a title on another platform whilst
Sega
Sega made a hardware consoles.
yeah.
yeah, so let's
No,
just
didn't he? Sonic Adventure came out on GameCube.
yeah, Sonic Adventure,
Prior to
which was concurrent with a Dreamcast.
Yeah.
It was better on the Dreamcast though.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I take that back. I forget that Sega had.
I apologize.
The Dreamcast.
how good
Sega.
was the Dreamcast? I missed the Dreamcast.
I got to get it again.
It's so good. Anyway,
Okay, so
Dark Souls remastered May for Switch.
also the best part about it is we're getting fucking Solaire the Sunbro as an amiibo, and I've never been happier.
that means nothing to
Words,
me right
words,
now.
words, words.
You
Nothing.
said stuff.
Nothing.
He's the Praise the Sun guy.
He's
Oh, yeah,
he's the
Yeah, praise Sun.
guy.
I
he's
don't know
an
the meme.
also Detective Pikachu finally getting a stable release for the
I don't
3DS.
understand.
All right.
that thing.
Okay. So,
Perfect.
time
We'll
out.
play
Time
it
out.
together.
Why is Nintendo still releasing stuff for the 3DS? Explain it to me. They've got releases scheduled for 2019. I don't get it.
Market
Why not?
saturation.
Yeah, why not? Also, it's like
People that can't
PlayStation.
afford
Dead
one.
console.
No,
No,
but
no.
what about PlayStation 3? Shit was coming out for that for years.
PlayStation 2 games only stopped being made like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, no,
Like-
PlayStation 2 games were still coming out when the PS4 was released.
Yeah,
I
like,
don't believe
There
you.
was,
Absolutely,
there
yeah,
was a
Brazil.
Big enough, there was a big enough.
In fact, the same thing with the Sega Mega
group of
Drive
people,
happened.
There's a big enough. If there's a big enough group of people still using that console, why stop?
In South America, up until a few years ago, the PlayStation 2 was still their most owned console.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay,
same
all
thing.
right, all
the
right.
Mega Drive was the one before that, and Mega Drive games kept getting released because of market saturation.
Also, the ones that as well, the new Yoshi game, new Fire Emblem game as well,
Oh, new Kirby looks dope.
new Kirby. Smash Brothers,
Which platform was Kirby for?
This is all Switch.
Okay, right.
Bayonetta 3.
Yay!
And hang on. Octopath Traveler.
Oh, that looked amazing.
Let's talk about this for a minute. So this is a new JRPG from the developers of Bravely Default.
Squeenix.
It looks real good. It looks real. Sure. Haven't you played Bravely Default? No. You should. It's right up your alley.
Okay.
Yeah, have you finished Bravely Default?
No, that game is long. That game is real long.
I finished. I played it mostly when I was on like a 2-week holiday to Western Australia.
Yeah.
I had nothing else to do.
Yeah.
except get
Holy
drunk.
shit, there's a lot of games in here.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. So what were you saying?
So Octopath Traveler is coming out. It's a old school.
What's the premise? Yeah.
Old school JRPG. 8 people with different stories.
Story paths, I believe.
And so you pick,
And it looks
group?
like a pantomime.
Yeah, and it looks like the whole thing sort of looks like a it's
It
sort of
looks like
Paper Mario-esque.
It looks
right?
like a pantomime.
like Paper Mario-esque.
Oh, bam. I think Seiken Densetsu's coming out for Western markets.
What? No.
This year.
Give me what? No, give me that.
Boop, boop, boop.
Bullshit.
Yup.
They're actually making an official translation of Seiken 3.
Yo.
What?
This
Like,
year.
20 years later.
Yep.
Dude,
Yep.
I'm excited.
Yep.
I imported that because I
That's
was
kind of exciting.
Means like, I gotta buy it again now. So I've got the Japanese version to get it localized. Yeah. It's listed here as a game that's being released this year as the collection with no release date yet.
Wait,
set,
where
but
are you
this year.
getting this from?
Eurogamer.
I haven't seen that anywhere else. Like, and I'm
Rumors.
I'm
Let's
very
see what
finger to the
happens.
pulse on this business.
It doesn't seem in character.
Anyway.
It doesn't seem in character for them.
We have covered a fair few of those games, like what's been released and whatnot. There was one point that you guys made earlier on about the
Japan
discrepancy
market.
between the Japan market and the US market.
So
what was it like? What was the difference
There are 3 new games essentially
in the Japan
in
market?
the Japan
not
one
in
that
the
weren't
US?
in the US one.
and I'm pretty sure at least one of them has already been translated to English for the Vita. If I remember, I think the Saga game.
Oh right, yes.
And they're only releasing it in Japan at the moment. And also, to my travesty, they're releasing a game. And this game is a drumming game. And so we're going to get a new set of Donkey Konga bongos for the Switch.
I do
That's
like rhythm games. Though,
They're not the bongos. They're like the, what do you call them? The ones that sit sideways and you whack them with the...
It doesn't matter. There's a drum kit for it. It's only coming out in Japan. Do you know how
You're
much
going to import that shit, aren't you?
the shipping's expensive? Those things are like not...
You'll be okay, man.
Everyone, please.
You got this.
Everyone, please. A moment of silence.
Moment of
For Ben's wallet.
For Ben's woes.
For Ben's wallet.
Can say well.
No, but my question was it a matter of this discrepancy? Was it a matter of just the hype and the release, or
No, they just
was
weren't
it,
in the Nintendo. They just weren't in the English trailer.
Yeah,
yeah? So that's my point. Is it just the US can still get it? They're just not in
Okay,
this
so
big list that we
the
put
Switch
together.
is region free.
Yes.
You can point your Switch at whichever eShop you feel
want.
like and buy the games.
Okay.
You
So-
can import cartridges from other regions
As-
and have and as you've seen and have the games.
Yes.
The issue is whether the version that gets released will have switchable languages or not.
Like an English version
And
rather
it's
than Japanese.
really quite annoying because a lot of the physical, you can get a digital game in English, like I Am Setsuna, but to get the physical copy, which does have the English language track, you have to buy it in a Japanese packaging.
Right.
So there's all these things where I'm like, you have a genuinely like global console now, Nintendo. Stop being so Japanesey.
Stop being Japanese. I get that you are Japanese, but stop it. Please.
Stop acting like it's the 90s.
Yeah, please let me play my crappy Japanese games.
But are you saying that you want them to, when they release everything, they do enough for Japan, enough for whatever language?
Okay. The only
obviously dependent on the market. Like
the issue here is that in some cases they might take the decision that it is not worth localizing a game into English.
But it's a fucking Saga game.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If what you're saying is true, this game's already been localized. So why the
Pretty sure it has.
So
I'll
why
have
the
to double
discrepancy?
like
So,
citation
from my
needed.
perspective, I feel like this discrepancy was more a hype thing than anything else. It's like,
Probably,
hey,
yes.
in Japan, this is the shit that you guys like, and this is the shit
they-
that you guys
they-
want.
now-
But
now
here you go.
Everyone likes JRPGs.
You
No,
say that
no,
because
they-
you
no,
like
they-
JRPGs.
You like JRPGs.
I like JRPGs.
He
We
likes
are not
JRPGs.
everyone. We are a very niche market,
Yeah, I
my
do as
friend.
I don't know about him because all he plays is trash at the moment.
I'm playing JRPGs.
We are a very small fraction of the gaming community. We do not represent
unfortunately,
everyone.
that genre
My
has.
favorite game is Final Fantasy VII, Ben.
I was going to say, unfortunately, that genre has not been mainstream since Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah,
That is true.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, that was one of the first kind of like. That was one of the.
Well, 7, 8, and 9 were massive productions that sold really well. 10 was a release title, but after that they started trying to make concessions to make them more
accessible.
Well, not more accessible, but like a style, not necessarily more accessible, but a style of game that would appeal to more people, I guess. Is that true? Is that right? Or am I reading too much into it?
I feel, who knows?
Either
Like
way,
11 was an
I don't actually
11
care.
was an MMO. 12 was still technically a JRPG, but had a wildly different battle system. 13
From my
once again as well.
perspective, it's such a small, like, it doesn't impact the game that much as to whether you technically consider it a JRPG or not. Like, from my perspective, as long as it's still an enjoyable game and it's still an RPG,
Well,
and you're still going through a journey.
yes, but you wouldn't recommend, like, somebody who has a low tolerance for turn-based battles and grinding. You would not recommend them Bravely Defaults because that's essentially what that game is.
Yeah, understandable.
But it's interesting as well.
Yes, it is. But it's interesting to us because we like the genre.
Yeah.
We like the trappings that come along with the genre. You
And
know?
once again, for anyone who doesn't like a wordy thing, I can't recommend them like Baldur's Gate or Planescape Torment.
Exactly.
Even though those are amazing
They're
games.
fantastic.
if somebody doesn't like military themes,
for
you can't
example-
recommend them COD. You know?
If someone doesn't like military themes, you recommend them Spec Ops: The Line.
Lol. that's
such a good
how
game.
you make them hate themselves forevermore.
Like,
Yeah, I couldn't finish it.
for me, an example of that is I love the shit out of SD3, play the crap out of it, recommend it to my little brother, who also likes playing games and such. And he'd get to one point where it was just like, I don't know what to do next. And I'm like, I can't keep spending hours trying to figure out this puzzle or this
Where do you
next
get
piece.
stuck?
Oh, there's a bunch of, like, even like, I can't remember. It was something simple. But for me, like, I walk through it now. But the first time I played it, there were sections where I'll be like, what the shit do
It's
I
like,
do?
I don't know what to do. And then eventually it's sort of like, oh, you have to go to this building at night and talk to this one person.
Like, how do you figure?
And
that's
what part of the game am I talking about? You remember that now, don't you?
And that's the thing, like with games like that, it doesn't tell you. It's like you kind of just have to figure it out.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't like that.
Yeah.
And so, Ben, back to that initial point, just because we like JRPGs doesn't mean everyone else is going to like JRPGs.
Right. So
especially the amount of time that you need to invest in those games
Yeah.
is a massive limiter. I've played a lot less of them as I've gotten older, simply because I love JRPGs as a kid, like I play them all the time, and now I play less of them just because I look at it and go, I'm gonna have to at least put 100 hours. That's a rough estimate, and I'm like,
I don't know.
that's
Yeah. And to be fair,
I got
like,
other shit that I wanna
play
play
a
as
lot
well.
less JRPGs as
Yeah.
well.
As dumb as it
Hard.
sounds, so do I. The last JRPG I played is a bit of a contentious. Like, is it a JRPG? It was Undertale, believe it or not.
well.
is that...
The
yeah,
last
that,
one
you're right,
I
that
played
is...
was Final Fantasy 15. That's role play light now as well.
Yeah.
But it's still a JRPG.
And that's
Still fetch
that's
questy.
like the true last one I've played. And I've tried going back and playing like Super Mario RPG recently and a few other odds and ends, but I just
Not really.
You're done with the genre.
my attention span consists of, is there a giant dinosaur attacking me right now? If no,
Can I play
why
Battle Royale in this?
why isn't there a giant monster attacking me right this second?
Like, I need that in my life.
Battle Royale.
Um,
As a concept that's got some legs.
Hey, how about just city up, baby?
Okay, sorry. Anyway.
And what's our next topic?
Right,
No, I was going to say, was there anything
real
else
quick.
we wanted to touch on with regards to Nintendo Direct?
Oh, yeah, by the
Otherwise,
way-
we're talking Valve.
Yeah, you've
Undertale-
been real
Oh no,
quiet.
I was trying to validate the localization. So it's coming out in 2018. It's not yet known if they're adding in a localization for the upcoming thing, because it's been announced that something will come, but whether that's just the Japanese one that got.
But it's already out.
Was it
yeah,
called,
no, but like
was
you
it
don't-
called Collection, or is it going to be a crappy port of a game we're going to be playing later called Secret of Mana Remake?
No, it's called Collection.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Oh no! Please tell me they're not going to make a version that just doesn't have SD3 in it.
They probably will.
No,
That would be awful. No, thanks.
no, the collection has the SD3 in it.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
that's-
Japanese version does, but what if they make a localized version that just drops it?
Why would they drop it? Like, I
Because
feel like that doesn't make sense.
It's not in the English.
It said they can't be bothered localizing it, so they just give the two games that have been
Yeah,
localized.
yeah.
But so it just depends. But the thing is, at the moment, so like, and I've read multiple articles just in where you guys are talking that have articles everywhere on it. That's just like the request for the localization option is massive enough for the developers to be like, yeah, we're currently looking into doing it. But
Yeah,
we can't confirm whether it'll be released, but we are definitely looking into.
Well,
If it does get localized, it will be very interesting to compare the approach they take with the approach that the modders took.
I was actually just going to say, if I were them, I would just talk to the modder and be like, I'm going to take this.
Because the modders would have just been like, we're just going to do the best translation we can do, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
anyway. Anywho,
Yes.
next thing. Oh, god damn it. Undertale's coming to Switch.
Yeah, that's also another one.
All right, you making
And a few other really good tracks. It's going to be a big year for Switch games.
We haven't talked about the Splatoon 2 DLC yet, have we?
Oh, shit, yeah. Splatoon 2 is getting some dope-ass single-player content.
That's. I understand why everyone loves Splatoon.
I've never played Splatoon.
Okay, so
it's just not my jam.
I like Splatoon in the same way that I like, a really nice piece of steak. I can appreciate it, but it's not something I consume regularly. Splatoon is great. Splatoon's fantastic. I just never got to it. Now, single player content of Splatoon that I can play on my own time and my personal skill level doesn't impact other players. That's something I'm excited about.
Fair enough.
A lot of those games, though, I'm always cautious because a lot of those games is just like the single player is. Until I see it, quite often a lot of games just do. We're just going to do the matchmaking and put bots in.
So
you're
it's
like,
just
No, it's not that.
You're
It's not
playing
that.
through the story of meeting each of the other
Cool,
characters and
fuck this.
fighting them one-on-one.
See, this
Yeah, like-
single player campaign is a proper campaign.
Cool.
In fact, so
So it
much
has a
so
story,
it's
it has-
actual DLC as
Yeah.
a campaign.
Cool.
So you have to
Okay.
purchase the single player content, which I'm fine with because Splatoon's a multiplayer game. If you want the single player shit, pay for it.
Cool.
And I actually looked at that, and it's about like an octoling, whatever, waking up underground without any memories, and you have to explore these underground catacombs.
Okay.
In a
And paint
Splatoon
the shit
game.
out of it.
I'm like,
Well, Overwatch is kind of hinted at doing
At a
stuff like
story
that
mode
as
as
well.
well.
And then that would be a good way of doing it. I think people would be fine with that kind of approach. Being like, yeah.
Okay.
I would play Overwatch single
Next on
Alright,
our
moving
agenda, Valve Artifact.
player. Volvo, please.
I'm going to be honest. The likes of Magic and whatnot, I enjoy playing.
Magic's fun.
I am yet to play Hearthstone.
Don't.
I've played a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Also
A
fun.
little bit of dumb fun. Like, that's just, there's nothing behind it. It's just fun.
Have you played Gwen?
I have not played Gwent.
Good game.
My point is,
I'm actually
this
pretty
is
good
yet
at Gwen. I
another,
played a few games, didn't lose one.
yet another
How
CCG.
bad is that at Gwen?
Okay.
What
You want to
gives?
beat everyone.
Okay, so
Anyway.
Artifact's gimmick appears to be that it has 3 game boards.
Okay.
And you play 3. You essentially play 3 games simultaneously.
All I can think when I hear the words artifact is
So
like collective disappointment of about 1,000 people in a room. That's all I can think of.
Not Half-Life 3.
Yeah.
all right, so honestly, it looks like if you get a Gwent board, cut half of it and turn it sideways.
Also, Gwent
you
is the
have
game
to-
that they invented to play. That's an internal game inside The Witcher.
Yeah.
It's a card game you can play inside the Witcher game.
yeah.
And then
And then
they
they've gone like,
actually
this is cool.
made
Let's make
the
it into
card
an
game
actual
and
game.
made it a physical game. That you
It
can
would
play.
be
The digital
like
one's better, but
Yeah.
I knew I couldn't get data hooked.
Physical copies, like it's fun.
it would be like if you tried to turn Triple Triad into a competitive game.
Well, also, yeah.
Yeah, and I
And,
play it.
Yeah.
I nearly
would-
brought 2 sets of Triple Triad complete collections just to fuck around with Ben.
You should have. That would be pretty fun.
I mean, like, I've never.
It's like I had no consent in this, but okay.
But yeah, like, are you guys keen for it? Like, you guys are clearly the CCG guys.
Okay, so initially if someone pitched a Dota CCG to me, I'm like, I'm in. Dota has some interesting heroes and shit. We're okay.
and I'd just be sort of like,
And don't we already have that in Hearthstone?
Yeah,
And blah,
essentially,
blah,
yeah.
blah. And then, okay, so they've changed up the mechanics on it, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm always interested when a card game does something left field. Basically,
So how left field is it? Because from my experience, let's say Magic is the original.
yeah.
it is
Everything after has been
Magic,
a
but
variant of that,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
How left
Well,
field
no,
is
well,
it?
the one that
is this
probably
still
has the
Magic,
least,
but-
the one that probably has the least of Magic's DLC in it is Gwent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
DNA.
Gwen is super different.
Yeah.
Magic's DNA, not Magic's DLC.
Did I say DLC?
Yep.
Shit.
You said DLC.
Oh no!
Your life has become DLCs. Your very
I got
being is made
loyalty
up.
inside my DLC.
What happens is when you're born as a human now, every time you get a birthday, it's just 1 year of
One more
DLC.
DLC added on. Your genetic makeup.
I have had
You
28 DLCs added to my
You
being.
need to purchase each component of your genetic makeup, bros.
You've brought the 25th year season pass. This unlocks you a receding hairline. Your metabolism now slows by 25%.
Yes.
Anyway,
Anyway,
you also forgot to buy the adulthood expansion pack.
don't need that. Don't need that.
It's optional.
Yeah, no one needs that.
So it just basically looks like they try to cram a MOBA into a CCG.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I
And,
mean, I'm still interested to check it out, but it's not calling to me, if that makes any sense.
My expectations are remarkably lowered for
There
it.
is one thing that still gives me hope that it might be pretty good, and that is that Richard Garfield's working on it.
Oh, Richard is.
Yes, I believe. Let me just citation needed
Yeah,
myself,
let's
but
pull
I
up.
believe
Also,
that's the case.
Whilst you're looking that up, would you like to tell us,
Who the hell
everyone
that is?
else that is with Ben and Carl, who Richard
Literally the
is?
rest
Okay.
of the world.
Who is this man Richard you speak of?
But you
Richard-
both have a boner over.
Made Magic the Gathering.
Yeah. Okay, so that is so that is true. So
Okay.
Richard Garfield is the inventor of Magic the
So
Gathering.
you're saying the guy that made this original CCG.
Yeah.
So a second ago we were talking about how this game is left field of Magic.
Yeah.
Yet the person that made Magic
Is
is
working on it. Yeah, that's right.
No, that's normally...
No, that's good though.
That's a good thing because
That's a good
he
thing.
knows the workings of Magic and he can move
and
away from
it's
them.
sort of like, rather than just making things different for the sake of being different, he
can,
has a
like-
perspective to know what works well and
What does
Yeah.
what doesn't.
Okay,
So-
that's fair.
because it's not like Magic's a great game. It wouldn't have survived for 25 years if it wasn't. But it's not perfect.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
there's
no game that is.
it has flaws, some of which were baked into the game intentionally in its original design.
Yep.
And it's sort of evolved to a point where those have become flaws rather than deliberate design decisions.
Yes. So my next question: Are
Okay.
you gonna get it?
I will definitely get it because
Yeah, I'm
upon
gonna
a
get it.
deeper reading of it, it reminds me slightly of the RuneScape CCG, which sounds really dumb, but was actually quite good. So
Everyone looked at me like I knew what that was. And I was like,
No. Well, I looked at you because you were over there shaking your head.
Just convulsing out
so-
of repulsion.
So basically, it looks like you get in this one. You get 5 heroes, and you get to assign your lanes, and you just play cards. And each lane has a separate mana pool, and I'm like, all right. Each lane has a separate life total, and I'm like, all right. So honestly, it looks.
that's a lot to take track of.
It honestly
Immediately.
looked like micromanagement sim, the experience, the CCG. I'm in. I think I'm in.
We'll give it a go. We'll see what it's like.
You guys should become artifact streamers. There'll be a market for it, surely.
We're not in the beta, so we've already missed that bus.
Oh.
Just get to Legendary again. It's the same thing, right?
Yeah,
No.
Hearthstone and Artifact are the same thing. You heard it here, folks.
Artifact is just Hearthstone in a different skin. You heard Benjamin 2018. You heard it here.
This is my
Except you
opinion.
have-
Calling it like we see it.
Yeah, no, I'm still whacked out because there's so much health to go through.
Okay.
What I read about it says that you only have to kill
2 towers,
two towers
or
or
tower
a
and
tower
ancient.
and an ancient.
Okay, so
Also-
that's 120 health
that
or
makes-
80
so,
health.
but-
means
okay.
nothing to
All right,
me.
so no.
Okay.
So like
Towers
that's
and
80
you
or
played-
120
I've
You
health.
played
played
League.
Dota.
You
I've
played
played
Dota.
League.
Okay, so the way that they're representing that in the game is each of the lanes has a tower which has a health pool. When you destroy a tower, it gets replaced by an ancient, which is a tower that has more health.
Right.
So straight off the bat, that opens up possible strategic
Dichotomy,
plays.
like, do I bomb rush the tower?
It's sort of like, do I just commit everything I have to a single lane and try and intentionally take down a
Smash
tower
through the tower
and
and
an
the
ancient
Yep.
before the opponent can
Do
defeat
the
my
same
2 weak
to
lanes?
yours.
Yeah, well, if you have some form of siege and some
Yeah.
form of 2 good offlaners, and
Yeah.
then oh my god,
Yeah,
it's,
see, it's got legs. It's got legs. I think it can work.
I think we have to draft up a thing.
Understandably, it has legs because then why would it be a
Valve
thing?
wouldn't be pouring money into it
You
if they think
like,
it didn't have
I would
legs.
trust Valve to do a decent job.
I
of
mean, it's sort of
making
like,
a
but it's
game.
like a studio can, like, you can have a concept for a game and think it's going to work, and as it goes through development, it just seems like it doesn't.
Like, let's use Blizzard, for example.
Yeah.
Fucking HOTS.
Heroes of the Storm, yeah.
What a garbage game.
Because it's sort
still
of
a
like
thing.
it's still a thing. People still play it.
And you hate it, but other people love it.
It's sort of like
It's a
so
garbage
their
MOBA for garbage people.
Their
It's worse
concept,
than LOL.
Their concept was rather than let like people don't play LOL and they don't like getting snowballed on in that game. So let's build anti-snowball mechanics into the game, such as shared experience, and that just
Encouraged more snowballing because
Yeah.
then the whole team's a higher level.
yeah. So I don't think it really worked out the way they wanted it to.
Guys,
but it's like they committed to that
They're
design.
just
Guys,
like, carry
they're-
on. Yeah.
The three of us have a unique experience now because we have a new fag here who has never had a PC before. There's a world of MOBAs we can introduce him to.
we are not introducing.
One of my mates at work is already like, so I will teach you how to play League of Legends.
No, do not take him up on that.
Don't. Like, it's just time. It rapes your time.
Yeah.
Like,
We can
and I have
ruin
no
your
issue.
life.
So Ruz and Ben are probably, they play competitive. They get into the whole, it's a cancerous community. You're gonna hate yourself afterwards. I never do that. And I
because
enjoy
he
it to an
turns the
extent.
sound off.
I enjoy it to an extent.
Yeah.
But even then, I'm just like, unless you're willing to just go,
I'm keen to
give
give it a go just to learn how to play and not
Dota instead.
actually continually. No, okay. So what I've heard from multiple people is that League is easier to pick up
Absolutely.
because Dota has a way higher skill ceiling.
No, not even. Dota has a higher skill floor. Dota has a bunch of wonky mechanics, mostly to do with just basic movement that you need
And
to understand to get in
Basically,
the door.
legacy from Warcraft 3. But on the flip side, Dota, you want to try
It's
a
fun,
hero? Whatever. Here's a list
like
of heroes.
all the heroes that are there available.
Go. And
Yeah,
you
whereas
unfortunately
League-
pick techies, it's okay, your team hates you already. You would like techies.
Anyway,
I mean, no, you can play League. It's not a bad game. It's just
just
the times that I've tried to return
just
to
avoid
it have just not.
competitive.
The
plain and
times that I've
simple.
tried to return to it have just not been a good experience for me. But that's personal.
See, why don't you go play HOTS?
I actually wanted to, as MOBAs, I wanted to actually pick up Smite because it's like a
Smite. I enjoy. I played around with
I
Smite.
haven't touched Smite
It's
because
fun. It's a different perspective.
I was watching
rather
a lot
than
of games
top-down.
for it previously.
It's like
and it was
third
fun.
person.
It's a third
and
person
it
instead
is
of like
it is a lot of fun.
See,
I
the
enjoy
reason-
that. Do that. Yeah.
the
It's on
reason
Xbox.
I've done
I got
it
it
is-
free for gold or whatever.
is because I swore to myself that I wouldn't play MOBAs unless I had a company of, like, I was physically in their room with someone.
Yeah.
And then otherwise, pardon me, Noba.
Well done.
That was awful.
Well done. Good play on
That
words.
was awful.
MOBAs for MOBAs.
Good play on words. Anywho, I think we can move on from this topic if that's okay.
Sure.
Anything else, Artifact?
Also, it's actually a really good point to raise as well because we've been talking about CCGs. If people are into that, because I know me and Ben, we just get a glazed look in our eyes and be like, I don't know what's going on. We actually have a dedicated channel for that in our Discord, which is all about CCG talk. And if you're into that, it's actually I'm subscribed to that channel and I kind of pop in and
Every once in a while.
and have a look. It's very enlightening. I'm like, oh,
You know
this
what-
is
you know
really
what's just-
interesting.
you
It's
know
really
what's
interesting conversation.
these
I have
guys
no
know
fucking
what
clue
they're
what's going
talking
on,
about.
but it's very
You know, it's
interesting.
just us complaining about the Hearthstone meta 24/7.
Yeah,
Probably.
so the CCG section of the channel
Then
is
wait-
basically Ben and Carl talk about how Magic's awful.
It's basically been this, but all the time.
forever.
It's a channel.
Let's rephrase this. Please join the CCG channel and talk about more than just the same things these guys are talking about.
You guys talk about Magic when the new Magic blocks come out.
Yes.
Oh, dude.
yeah.
Dominara! Guys,
Hey,
we've got
what-
a new set we're playing together.
Okay,
Okay, cool.
Time out for a sec.
Time out.
It leaked.
Wait a minute.
It leaked in China.
is
A
it-
bunch of new cards for
good?
the new set. It looks pretty good. Looks
we
pretty
can
good.
totally organize another session.
That was
It's-
fun.
That was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
It was. It's basically because Magic's 25 this year. It's a throwback to the setting of the original Magic blocks.
Cool. Sweet.
So it's got a bunch of my favorite characters and references coming back. Great. It has legendary matters, which is cool for you guys because new people love legendaries.
How much time do we have?
I haven't been recording.
Excellent. All right. Well, I'll give us like 5-10 minutes to touch on this very last topic that we wanted to
So-
really bring up very quickly.
He's cutting you off.
I'm going to
Ben.
slap you, Ben.
He's cutting you off.
I'm gonna go and get up and look off stage.
If you want, guys. Okay, so we'll leave it on this. If you guys want to talk about Dominaria, come on Discord.
Wrap it up. Yeah, we've been going for ages. Okay, even our last topic we won't touch on.
Don't worry, it's about a dead thing anyway. No one gives a fuck about it.
We're gonna have to mention it now, aren't we?
We can absolutely talk about it, but we will talk about it in our Discord. So jump into our Discord.
Well, we can bring it up if people want to. Okay, so basically, what we were going to talk about today, we might bring it up in another podcast, is the concept of Vero and how it fucking raised. Everyone got on board, and then it died within about 2 weeks. It was a competitor to Instagram,
Correct. Within the space of the time it has taken between our last podcast and for it to become news, and then for it to become news that it died.
That it's gone. And there's a couple of examples as to how that's happened.
And there's some interesting things that I want to pose as kind of more philosophical questions about the nature of
we are getting philosophical on a pinch of salt.
How we use the internet and social media. Yes.
And the meaning of life.
We need some cigars and wine, and then we can come back.
I will bring the
if you guys are keen to see that, we'll do that in the podcast. If people are keen on that.
Correct.
Otherwise, we'll be talking about it in Discord. Let us know if you want to hear about that as the next week's kind of topic.
I was going to say, and also, if you want to see me and Carl randomly try out CCGs, I'm happy to make him suffer. I've played so many of them, and I want to see the look of death in his eyes like I see in mine every morning.
and me.
The RuneScape one's really good, though.
All right. Is there anything we want to touch on as recommendations or anything cool that you guys are looking forward to before we wrap it up? So first thing from me, Black Panther. I said it last time. I'm saying it again. I'm probably going to say it next time. If you haven't watched it,
go see it now. It's been out in the cinemas for a while now, so you might want to go catch it now before it leaves.
Yes,
it's definitely worth it to watch. Also,
all right already.
One of my recommendations, actually, is going to be right off the back of that, is if you've got Spotify or iTunes or whatever music player you have, the album to Black Panther is probably, for me, is better than the movie. It's fucking amazing. It's the best. It is honestly the best album released this year. Hands down.
2018.
It is so far.
We're 3 months in. We're not even 3 months in.
There's actually been quite a lot of new releases in music already. There's been
I'm very
from the R&B side. Logic's album came out, which went fucking platinum, went absolutely bananas from R&B hip hop.
Yep.
My eyes just glaze over.
And also,
this is how they feel when we talk about cards.
Eminem's album came out only a few weeks
about that
a month ago.
I forgot about Eminem.
Revival came out a month ago. There's some good tracks on there.
I thought it was meant to be shit.
It's not. It depends. So if you didn't like Relapse and Recovery, this is like, to me, this feels like a thematic part 3 of Relapse Recovery Revival,
which were fine albums.
But the thing is, it's a departure from his Slim Shady stuff, and it's a departure from his last one, which was Marshall Mathers LP2.
Yeah,
it's a different vibe.
Cool.
If you liked Relapse and Recovery, Revival will be up your alley.
Yeah.
If you didn't like it, because a lot of Eminem's fans didn't like those 2 albums, I didn't mind them. Revival probably isn't for you, but give it a listen.
Because a lot of Eminem's friends are like backwards cap wearing blunt smokers who
fans, not friends.
Sorry, I meant to say fans. Whatever. Okay, probably that's also true.
But seriously, the Black Panther album is hands down the best release of this year so far. So for me, anyway, it's fucking amazing.
Understandable.
Absolutely fucking amazing.
Have you guys been watching Black Lightning on Netflix?
No, not yet.
I've actually been enjoying it.
Cool. Well, it's week by week, so I'm going to catch up pretty quickly.
I am reluctant to watch it. I don't know. I saw the trailer and I'm just like...
I got strong Arrow vibes and I was like, maybe back up a little bit.
It's remarkably better than Arrow so far.
Well, that's...
Anything is better than Arrow.
Anything is better than Arrow. This man over here hates Arrow. He really fucking hates Arrow.
I try to like Arrow.
They have Deathstroke in it. Deathstroke is without a doubt one of my favorite DC characters.
He sounds like a terrible porn star.
I hate him in that.
We're getting derailed again.
So
all right.
Okay.
So that's my recommendation. And
Lightning.
something I'm not looking forward to, but will be happening in like the next week, is Tomb Raider, the movie comes out.
Yeah.
That actually, I saw the trailer for that in Black Panther. It actually looked alright. Pretty good.
I have a ticket to see it on the night before it's released.
I'll probably check it out.
Why are you so ashamed of that?
Well, no, someone else has it, and they're like, "Hey Ben, you coming with me?" And I'm like, "Oh no."
It
You'll
looks
be fine.
good.
You'll be fine.
On the game. Have you played the game? Game is good. Game is really good. If the movie is based, on that first game, I'm expecting a
first game?
decent.
No,
The
no,
first
the
of
first
the new block of games.
Yeah.
But-
It's really good.
Okay,
The movie looks good too.
This is where I go. When was the last time we had a video game movie adaptation?
Assassin's Creed.
Sorry, I meant to say a good video game.
Yeah. Well, okay. So
I'll get back to you in that week's time.
the most popular one, honestly, the last Tomb Raider movies.
The most popular one, actually, strictly speaking, is the Angry Birds one.
That doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, no, it made the most money, followed by WoW.
Oh, Warcraft.
Yeah, the
It's
Warcraft.
not. Is that about WoW?
Yeah,
It's about Warcraft in general. Not WoW
whatever.
specifically, just Warcraft.
yeah,
Anyway, so the moral of the story is,
And the Final Fantasy movies are good too. Anyway, I'm getting
I
off track.
hope it stands apart from its lineage.
It looks good.
It'll be as good as the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Hey, that movie's great, and don't you talk about it like that.
I actually really like that movie.
See, thank you. Ironically, it's a family tradition.
Yeah, so
It's my it's one of the iconic family
what
films.
you guys do.
Carl, what the fuck are you recommending, and what the fuck are you doing the next week?
I have nothing to recommend. I don't know what I'm doing. Next.
Rolling on. I've made my recommendation.
done.
I think we're good.
Boom, boom, boom.
All right. So thank you very much for listening to our rambles and rantings for
It's
so
been
long.
2 hours?
I didn't say 2 hours.
2 out.
Oh,
2.
What is
Not
wrong with
number
you?
2.
I don't know. I can't speak or hear
We need to
today.
we need to get him some coffee quickly.
Thank
Let's
you.
go.
Again, check out the remainder of our content on YouTube. Like, subscribe, all that usual jazz. Jump onto the Discord. Let us know your thoughts and feels. If there's anything you want us to try out, if there's anything that you really enjoyed, or any points around any of the topics that we've discussed so far, let us know. We're always keen to get other people's views. We have a very collective view here generally. So please argue with us.
I agree too.
Argue with us a little bit, please.
So feel free to come on to Discord and tell us we're all idiots.
Yes, tell us we're wrong. But yeah, please check out some more of our
Unless
content.
you're talking about Black Panther, don't tell
then
me it's
you
bad
cannot
because you're wrong.
I will feel like you're just
all of 5 seconds.
I will
All right.
instantly hate you if you hate Black Panther.
All right.
So yeah, thanks a lot, guys, and catch you next podcast.
See ya.
Bye.
Huh.